Gentlemen and ladies, I thought that'd be funny because usually you say ladies and gentlemen, so I said whatever. If you guys know West Coast Exotic Cars, kind of the hub of the entire Inland Empire slash right in the middle of Orange County, LA, San Diego, one of the biggest dealers in the country. I filmed videos of their location before. They're having like this huge open house because they just moved into this crazy location, and we're here. All right, I'm inside a museum. It's a museum. This is a full-fledged automotive museum. I don't have my car right now, so I don't really get to partake, but I'm gonna be a little fanboy, walk around here. A lot of people are here. Tanner's here, Amelia's coming, TJ's here, who I've actually never met, but we're kind of acquaintance. Look.
What?
Look.
What am I looking at?
Look at the NSX, okay? You know exactly what I'm looking at.
I
don't like seeing those cars. I get sad every
your
time.
color was
The best.
Yeah.
Of course. I told the owner, I don't want to say his name,
Yeah.
tell me if he sells it and I'll buy it from him.
Your R8?
No, my NSX.
No, dude, your R8.
This is literally, I don't know if it shows up on camera, like, it's way darker in real life. And this is like the sickest factory paint, or unless maybe some psychopath repainted it, but this looks really good. They have sold so many of these, and I think these are the coolest things in the world. I think they do cost like $250,000.
Like
Look
a
at
little
it.
bar?
Oh my God.
Buy it.
I need
want
it. Is this what I spent all my money on? Just go on Range Rover limousine road trips. What car is that?
Dude, I'm out of the game.
So what is it?
I'm out of the game.
Do you know what it is?
It's the car.
Yes or no?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I think it's like a KTM
It is.
something, but it's cool. It's on BBS's, so that's kind of dope, I guess. Say hi, Brett.
What's up, guys?
Brent is someone out here. We'll consider you Temeculayan, okay? From my hood. He used to have, actually you still have, a blue 458.
Yeah, it's no longer blue and it's a lot different. I did a whole build on it. You'll see it.
Okay, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I found out about Brent. And then Brent went ahead and bought an AMG GTR, which you guys have known. I really don't shut up about Mercedes lately, which is really weird because I really didn't think I'd be in that place. But as you guys know, I'm obsessed with E63 wagons right now. I just did a video on a GTC the last video. I really just like this engine, to be honest. And this is pretty much the best iteration that they've done with this engine, minus all the new versions of this. We can consider the Black Series a version of this and the Pro, which I do hear the Pro is a big difference. Have you driven one?
No. My friend has one and I'm planning.
Okay, let me know how that goes. But I've just really been dying to get behind these because the used market on these is great. Minus right now, the used market on nothing is great. So Brent invited me out here. He's gonna also take me for a little drive in this thing and scare me a little bit in a good way, hopefully. I can finally let you guys know if I was right in my last video. If you haven't seen my last video, well, go watch it, okay? Initially, the steering is a whole nother beast. Like the GTC steering in the tightest setting was just, I liked it, but I think once you get it to the limit, you're gonna start hating it. Whereas this thing I could feel, when you're going slow, I can't even move it, but I'm sure once we get up to speed, it'll be fun. The car is 9,000 times louder. Actually, I should crack my window a little bit. I just wanna hear that. I'm gonna crack your window.
Yeah.
It's loud, it's loud. So this car is running pretty much just, are you catless downpipes?
Yeah.
Catless downpipes, no tune, so it's essentially stock. Maybe it makes like 20 more horsepower, but oh yeah, this is, it just feels more beefy. It feels like that other car just felt like I was driving around a little Mercedes A-Class. That was kind of fast. I've never driven an AMG with an exhaust, so it's funny to hear this engine like how I would probably make it. Oh my God. We can't have Brent in it because you guys were inside of an AMG GT. There's zero room on the windshield. It's like half of a Camaro. It's double a Camaro. We're not going to give it that bad. But Brent here is also a YouTuber, so you guys go check him out. I'll have a link down below. Running me through your garage, I think you might have another car we didn't mention. Or is it
it's just my wife. She has a BMW 235i.
Okay.
That's about it. We have a 458 in transmission broke, so it'll be back in the garage soon.
Okay.
Getting fixed as we speak, and this thing. So I saw your GTC video, so I really was eager to get your thoughts on, like, first impressions straight away. You told me that the steering wheel is super heavy, so I was eager to hear your first impressions, comparisons versus the GTC. Because when I think about GTC, I always think it's more of like the gentleman's car.
Correct.
And with this thing, it's like you still have something you can daily drive, but it's more of, you know, if you want to go on a canyon real quick, you can like destroy it.
Oh, of course.
If you want to go on the track and destroy the track, which is super
Have you driven a
impressive.
GTC?
No.
Have you driven a GTS, I assume?
I have not driven that either.
Really?
Yeah.
So you probably more curious as to
Yeah,
like
I
how
really
this
want to know what
compares.
you think. Yeah.
Already, it's not substantially quicker. The GTS is almost the same amount of power. In my last video, I wasn't sure. It is like 20 horsepower less.
Yeah, GTC has 550.
Transmission in the GTC, what year is this?
18.
So supposedly they did like a transmission tune update, which you could do in this car anyway.
Yeah.
Transmission's a little quicker.
Yeah.
So downshifts, a little like much more immediate.
Mhm.
Upshifts though,
Not really.
the upshifts are essentially the same.
That's the thing about, that's probably the weakest thing is the speed of the transmission shifts
Yeah.
in this car. Definitely pretty
But
weak.
upshifts quick.
Yeah.
I think upshifts, I like their dual clutch they have in their cars. Every once in a while, yeah, downshifts are a little weird. But definitely in the 2020 and plus, lightning. I did not have a problem with that at all. Not PDK, but, but it was quick. Yeah, this car's quick. It just feels, the steering is what I like the most. I made a comment that I liked it in the GTC. It is super precise. Like Ferrari, it's nice. But that also might come with just the way this car's set up, with that, you know how it is. You just don't feel like the car's gonna move that quick, and then it does.
Yeah.
Here, we'll do a little pull here. Jesus. Oh yeah, this is a bit quicker for sure.
Yeah,
You can notice
so
the
this
power.
one is 577 horsepower
Yeah.
compared to the 550 of the GTC.
And what weighs more? I assume the GTC?
This one, but barely. They really didn't. They tried to do some like weight reduction things, but it's barely anything.
Are you running carbon ceramics on this?
Yeah,
Does it only come with carbon ceramics?
it's an option actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, I think I was running steel in the GTCs.
I see.
And I did almost run into a car that was
I
absolutely
saw that.
stopped around
That
a
was
turn.
scary.
They felt great, to be honest. I thought I was gonna hit the car. I was like, oh, me. Have you ever had that happen to you in a canyon? There's just a stopped car.
Yes, I have.
Terrifying. All right, we're gonna have him hop in the driver's seat, and then we can actually find out what this car does.
So I've tracked this car 5 times already.
How do you like it? It's amazing. Is that like your favorite activity to do as a car guy?
Now it is.
Jeez, this thing is quick. Dude, the brakes.
I know, right?
Jesus
This turn
Christ.
everyone crashes on.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, Brent. I thought Brent was actually like thinking he was drives before, and I was like, oh, this is great. This is mellow. But Brent likes to drive.
But the cool thing about this car is that it's very safe.
If you don't put a camera, a DSLR in your eyeballs.
Even driving it like this, even in race mode, the traction control level in it will save you every time. It's like
Smart, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
it's still not restrictive like it is in many other cars.
That's how like the Huracan Evo rear-wheel drives are.
Yeah.
The traction system's so smart that if you were to f up, usually it'll save you.
It's still pretty loud with that
Dude, the
exhaust.
brakes are crazy too. And it's a lot quicker than I suspected.
The cool thing about this car is too that you can brake while turning, which is not the case in many other cars.
Oh, my GT4, it sucks at mid-turn braking. Sucks. I will lose. It's not even like traction. It's like it'll power slide.
Yeah.
Because whenever the weight is like that, it's just off. Yeah, the grip on this thing is incredible. Dude, this thing is very impressive.
Yeah.
Like when people say this is a 991 3RS competitor, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like that when you're just driving on the street.
I would have never thought that.
But when you drive like this, it's actually mind-blowing.
It is.
I can tell you guys one thing. Not being behind the wheel, the GTC, we would have died by now. I assure you of that. Oh yeah, steering in this is so much better. I don't know this road, folks, so I will not be mobbing. And I felt when you were driving that rear wraps around really well.
Yeah.
Give you like hatchback more grip for sure.
Yeah.
This thing has a lot more grip. I would guess, I feel like the track's got to be wider in this over the GTC, is it not?
Oh, I'm sure it is, yeah. This is definitely a wide car.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, this is, once you beat on it, it's a different car for sure. Wow.
So what about in terms of this versus the GT4? Because the GT4 is supposed to be amazing at roads like this too.
GT4 is more confidence inspiring, kind of like when you're in any Porsche or any GT car at least. But that's the thing with the GT4 is it gets a little weirder under braking. You have to know what you're doing as far as like weight transfer goes, because if you're like, that car has like a weird power slide that it does. It's hard to explain, but I just feel like Porsche will always win in like, there's something about it. It just feels like it just feels so built and so like firm and tight and everything like that, whereas I've never driven another car that's like that. I've lowered my tire pressure for more grip, but even then, if you don't warm up long enough, then it's even sketchier.
I see.
And I just deal with that power slide a lot. It's not a drift, it's like all 4 tires, but as far as handling goes, it can keep up with this in the canyons for sure. I just wouldn't do that, and I'd feel more confident doing that than this. This thing is fast. But I actually like the pre-facelift better. You know how they have like the big squares here now? I like this better. It looks like little jet buttons. Yeah, I think this is a sweet spot. I think for money, maybe even value. I don't know. This was so iconic when it came out. It was honestly like a Performante competitor somehow. 3RS competitor. Like, I don't know. I think this is a sweet spot.
It is.
The market right now is really not helping me out with that though, because I was literally going to buy one of these until they shot up to like 200 Gs. So.
Yeah, I bought right before all
Good
that
for
happened.
you,
So
yeah.
I got lucky on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the car. Brent, thank you so much. I'll have Brent's channel again, link down below. Go check him out. He's killing it. And you guys got to see the 458 build when it is done. I'll just tell you guys what I just told my final thoughts in this car. Top 3 best supercars for the money. All price included. The current market. Best car for the value if you want a proper track-focused canyon cruiser. That's it right there. My favorite thing about this car is essentially that. There's not many cars out there that do road and track this well. I feel like this car was primarily made as a track-focused car, but yet the GT platform was created for like usability, just like the 911s are. So essentially this is a 3RS, but I hate the 3RS on the road. It's just not fun for me. I know everybody's obsessed with them. I love them, don't get me wrong. But on the road, I always feel like I'm doing it a disservice, whereas this, you put it in comfort mode, valves closed, it's kind of just a cruiser. His, though, makes really loud, mean noises, so maybe that's not the case. But yeah, I was considering buying one of these, but kind of before the market went up. And the other car that I kind of want, the market's not really up, so it wouldn't really make sense if I sell my GT4 and buy another expensive car. So maybe in the future, I guess you guys will have to see. So you'll have to subscribe. So I got you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.